tour guide. If I catch a chicken lacking, good as fried. VVS is from number 9. Swerving, switching lanes, I almost broke my. Remember being broke, I swear them jobs was hard to find. But now look at me shining, I thank God cause it's my time. So I'm on a daily basis. I'm quick to break it down for them. I don't, we not friends and we not pals. Beating down your block, take it from they gals. On a daily basis, I'm quick to break it down for them.
Danny, CT Hezzy, welcome back to the show.
Hey guys, thank you so much again. Really appreciate you guys having me back on.
Danny, you are playing from home. How are you feeling today?
Feeling confident, but also respecting my opponent, not overly confident. This is one of the greats. This is one of the great Play Now Online players, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
All right, let's get into it. It's the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. She has a coin. You're gonna flip it into my hand, so
I do. Okay, let's try this. It's a big coin.
Okay, here we go. CT Hezzy, you make the call. Heads or tails?
I'll go heads.
It is heads, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Miami or Denver? This is a big choice.
Very tough choice. Do I want to go with the underdogs? I think, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the underdogs today. I'm going to go with the Miami Heat today.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, Danny, you're playing with Denver. How you feel?
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, take it away.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Of course, the NBA has had some legendary trash talkers. But Damian Lillard says it's not really a verbal assault like it used to be. In this era, it's more gestures. From the watch your head to the too small or rock the baby to Trae Young's theatrical bows, players have their ways of sending a message. Kevin?
And the message usually received, DA. Thank you. So much of the schedule still in front of us, Steve. However, some teams are really struggling early here.
Yeah, Kevin, and those teams, they can't lose their confidence because it's a long season. And sometimes you just don't have the talent to beat other teams. But you must stay focused and try to get better every night.
Here are the starters for Cincinnati. They've got AI. Doc is out there with Brown. Then there's Kyle Anderson. And it's Reed in at center. And for Indiana, they've got Jonas Valanciunas. Williamson out there with Ingram. Then it's Jones. And it's McCollum in at the point guard. Tip-off goes to Cincinnati. And here's Anderson from the arc. Doesn't go that time. And Indiana will come the other way.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
It could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing side of that score.
Now, here's AI. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum.
And get a load of that move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff.
And once Zion refines his post moves, develops the right hand, I don't know how you're going to defend him.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Ingram wide open, connects from three-point range.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
And here's Brown outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's McCollum. They grab their own miss. And it's Williamson missing. For Cincinnati, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. To the paint. Anderson passes to Osman. Lays it up off the glass.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Down low, here's Valanciunas. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Great ball movement by B.I. Spots a wide open teammate and feeds him.
For Cincinnati, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Indiana. It's a 3-point game. From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Cincinnati. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
It's a catch-22. You want your guys attacking, playing with a sense of freedom, but not if it means a bunch of turnovers.
And so here is Indiana after the basket by Cincinnati.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
There's Brown with the 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Z's checked in for Cincinnati. The general comes in for Anderson. McCollum, no good.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Now here's Jones. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston.
We also got to mention what he did on the defensive end. Racked up a number of steals, too.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Indiana trails by 8. Inside, here's Valanciunas.
Jonas Valanciunas, the big fella, dominating in the paint.
And here's Cincinnati. They're on a 15-6 run. Passes to Osman. Back to Brown. Out to the right wing. The general passes to Osman. Here's the general. He's covered by Ingram. Here's the general. And he goes in for the dunk.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
Here's Jones after the basket by Cincinnati. Ingram passes to McCollum. And a miss there on the triple.
To me, there's a fine line between being aggressive and just flat out forcing it. His inability to make shots right now is sinking the ship.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Jones, no luck.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now here's Ingram. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And a look at the Mobile One Drive. Driving right into your living room.
And despite the double-digit lead, still in attack mode, getting their feet wet there in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
They had active hands on the defensive end, and it paid off. A lot of easy baskets and transitions because of that.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Cincinnati. The prodigy comes in for Doc. To the middle. Fades back. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Looking to end the run, and the dunk by Williamson.
The assist from Jonas Valanciunas.
Cincinnati leading by 12. Here's Brown, and he uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Valanciunas. No good on the shot, and it's Cincinnati the other way. The pass to Reid. Here's Osman. Here's Joe. He's guarded by McCollum. Joe passes to Osman. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Williamson throws it down.
The defense can't stop a force like Zion. Once he's airborne, the slam is almost inevitable.
Here's Brown. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And a wide open look for McCollum. That shot missing. And it's Cincinnati the other way.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know.
Yes. Goodness. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. From downtown, rebounded by Joe. Joe's got 4 rebounds in this game.
He's kind of lost his way.
I'll tell you what, young fella might need a little anger management right there after one of those dunks. How about the edge he puts on those?
I'm surprised the backboard survived that one. Now here's McCollum. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Houston. Here's Williamson. Rebounded by Joe. Joe's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Osman. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And Indiana shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Back to Daniels. On the wing, Nance. Pass to Hayes. The shot's good on the assist by Nance.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
No clue where that pass is going. That is a brutal turnover.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the prodigy. Indiana trails by 21. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Smitty, the talented Larry Nance has a very complete game, doesn't he?
He does. He does a little bit of everything for this team. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Kevin, he's such an excellent role player.
On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Brown. Daniels kicks to Murphy. Back to Daniels. Poked away. Here's Brown. He's got 12. Over Hayes. Brown. Good. Brown's got 14 points.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Pass to Murphy. Now Hayes. He's covered by Anderson. Here's Murphy. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. Joe's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Brown. Here's Anderson. And he finishes nicely on the way.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Passes it to Hayes. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Here's Joe. He's got 9. They get the rebound. Anderson passes to Joe. Over Richardson. Joe. Good. He's got 11.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Richardson outside. Off target with the open look.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Here's the general. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to. Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Cincinnati foul.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of the night.
First personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Noel, he's checked in for Cincinnati. And good on the second, so he makes them both. So it's Cincinnati now. From past the arc, hits the three-point bomb. 14 points for Z.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Richardson finds Nance. Now here's Hayes, defended by Anderson. Just 5 to shoot. Hayes the pass to Daniels. Tries again. Here's Nance. It's deflected, and they'll get another chance. Here's Hayes. Missed it, even after all those chances.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Indiana shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Murphy inside, guarded by Reed. Daniels, no good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And the shot goes down. The Generals got 8.
How about he has yet to miss? 4-4 to start.
Richardson outside. It's Murphy outside. It's hauled in by Noel. Here's Joe. Over Richardson. And he hits the buzzer beater.
With the score.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And so it's Cincinnati with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a
Okay, fans, get it up for your Indiana.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen from Cincinnati, guys, what are you seeing?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets
before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Zion Williamson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Ingram. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Jones in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
C.J. McCollum making the mid-range shot look easy.
Brown inside the line. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Floats it up for Williamson. An emphatic LU jam.
Nearly unstoppable. No matter where the pass is delivered, Zion will go up and get it.
Got that one up quick. And that's 19 points for Z.
He's really taken a hold of this first half and made it his. He is making all the right decisions out there.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. McCollum against Brown. Here's Ingram. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And that one's good. Osman.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Here's Williamson, and Williamson throws it down.
You see how advanced Zion is as a ball handler. That's guard-like stuff right there.
McCollum against Brown. The tray, and another 3 for Cincinnati.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Ingram passes to McCollum. The 3-ball. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
I love the response from McCollum. Outstanding at coming right back at you with a triple.
And different games, different officials. Something that might be called a foul in one game, Greg, may not be called in the next. As a player, how do you adjust to that?
It's a great question, and that's part of being a veteran. I learned early on, you actually scout officials the same way you scout some players. They have tendencies as well.
A rare dunk from CJ, showing off his hops.
And here's Brown outside. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
The 3 from McCollum. Unable to get that one. And it's Cincinnati the other way. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Indiana ball.
So for Cincinnati, Garza's checked in, and AI is subbed in for Z. And here's Valanciunas. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
The handles of C.J. McCollum on full display.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Indiana ball.
And Cincinnati making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Took him no time at all on that one. And now it's up to 25 points for Baller.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Now the pass to Ingram. Ingram drawing the double team. Here's McCollum. The shot, no good. Good D by Anderson.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
McCollum kicks to Ingram. McCollum with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Valanciunas passes to McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Over Brown. McCollum no good.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, You had the right guy taking the shot.
Pass to Osman. The kick out to Brown. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. Pass to Osman. Passes it to Brown. Over McCollum. Again, Cincinnati scores.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Outside, Jones. And the pass to Ingram. McCollum outside. They double team McCollum. Pass to Williamson. Over AI. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Indiana ball.
The generally checked in for Cincinnati. The prodigy comes in for Anderson.
Osman.
Here's Jones. Trying to end the drought. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Cincinnati.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that hot.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Brown feeling out a bit, and they call an illegal screen here.
Number 24.
They've been doing a lot of things right in this game, but something they have to improve on is their ball security.
For Indiana, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Here's McCollum. With nobody on him, he carries the jumper. McCollum's got 11 points.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Here's Osman. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
For Indiana, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above. Of the 50% mark from the field. Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, that is why we call CJ a combo guard. He can score with the best, but he also can facilitate.
And it's Brown missing. And Indiana shooting 41% for the game. Smitty taking a look at Brandon Ingram. He is a very difficult matchup.
He is, Kevin. He scores in bunches, works well as a facilitator, and is capable of serving as a lead ball handler. Plus, with his length and skill set, he can play 1 through 4.
They get it again. Here's Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Woo, physicality from Valanciunas on the glass, securing the ball and sending it right back.
Here's Brown, and the layup falls. Brown's got 29.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. It's been quite a game for ballers.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to run him off his spots out there. He is rolling.
Indiana making some changes. Nancy's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Richardson in for Jones. And Cincinnati making a change here as well. Joe's checked in. Pass to Ingram. To the inside. Got a hand on it. Here's Joe. He's got 19. Here's the teardrop. And the basket is good. Joe's got 5 points in the quarter. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Richardson outside. Nance, right side, shoots over Brown, and that one hits back iron.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Here's Osman. He is guarded by McCollum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Cincinnati shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Indiana with it. Cullen passes to Richardson. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Williamson. It's blocked. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
They get a hand on it. Williamson kicks to McCollum. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
Brown, good.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's the General. Good on the shot. 24. The General's got 10 points in the game.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Richardson outside. McCollum against Brown. Here's the three. Again, McCollum missing. And here's Cincinnati. They're on a 17-6 run. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Inside, here's Richardson, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Josh Richardson with an athletic play at the rim. It's all about making sure you get a quality look, and that's one.
Wow! And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Here's Joe. And another three for Cincinnati.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Joe's got 80% average from deep tonight, making 4 of 5. Ingram outside. It's hauled in by Brown. Ingram's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. From 17 feet out, again, Cincinnati scores.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
Richardson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
This is what you want. Put the defender in a position where he has to foul you to stop you. Richardson can be a tricky cover.
From 2019 to 2022, Steve, Josh Richardson was traded 4 times over a 20-month span.
Kevin, that tells you how in demand guys like Josh are. Richardson is a 3-and-D type. Plays the game hard. Everyone wants multiple guys like him on their roster.
Here's what Cincinnati's going with right now. Reed comes in for the General, and it's Kyle Anderson in for the Prodigy. And Richardson drops them both.
When you look at Richardson's skill set, you look at his size, you think, man, this guy could be a great 3-and-D player.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. So for Cincinnati, the General is checked in for Reed. And it's the Prodigy in for Kyle Anderson. And Indiana shooting in the second quarter right around 48%. Here's Murphy. And then Murphy with the dunk.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Here's Joe. He takes it in. Here's Osman. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Oh!
No, he didn't.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Passes it to Daniels. Now Murphy. Some nice passing here by Indiana. He can't get that one to fall. Here's the General. Richardson covering. Here's the General. There's the three. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break. Finish that half on a big-time roll.
And so it's Cincinnati enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. And guys, for Cincinnati, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the confidence of the shooters, now that's outstanding.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
And one of the main reasons they're down right now is because of their rebounding problems. They're getting outworked, outclassed, not bringing the intensity, not willing to get their hands dirty. They're playing like wimps.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Baller having a dominant impact in this game.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. On the court right now for Cincinnati. Brown out there with Doc. Then there's the Prodigy. Then there's Z. And it's Osman in at the 3 slot. Valanciunas dishes to McCollum. It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And that one's good. Osman. Osman's got the first basket of the second half here for Cincinnati. McCollum passes to Jones. To the paint. And it's blocked. They recover it. A good look from McCollum. Rebounded by Joe. Joe's got 8 rebounds in this game. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Up and in on the layup.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Showing what a skilled passer he is. Ingram with the beautiful dime there.
Brown outside. Takes the three. And another three for Cincinnati.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
And there's the pass to Ingram. Here's Valanciunas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal
A guy as big as Valanciunas gets the ball that deep, quite often the only answer is to foul him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Cincinnati. Pass to Joe. And then jammed down as he goes right over Zion Williamson.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. You know, we have to see that great Mobile One drive one more time.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
And the shot is long.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
McCollum, no good. For Cincinnati, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And that one's good. Osman.
Every time they get scored on during this run, come from inside the paint.
Outside, Jones. Ingram outside. Puts it up. And once again off the mark by Indiana. For Cincinnati, they've gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Ingram. Floats it up for Williamson. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Here's what Cincinnati's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Z. And it's Anderson in for Brown. Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able. To knock it away.
Cincinnati on D. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
And there hasn't been anything easy for them in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
So they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for Cincinnati, the general comes in for Naz Reid. And it's Brown in for Anderson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And taken away by Brown. Here's the general. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And Indiana making a change here. Murphy's checked in. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
To Indiana.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Cincinnati ball.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
So it's Cincinnati now. And it's Brown that time on the assist by AI.
Assisted by Osman.
Osman's got 3 assists now in this one. To the middle. Can they get it? And he lays it up and in.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
So it's Cincinnati now. Here's Osman. Brown trying to free himself up. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside, Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
McCollum, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
And, you know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
And Ingram has got the ball here for Indiana. Pass to Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. Osman's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And AI throws it down.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
Murphy feeds it to Valanciunas. Goes back up, and it's denied. McCollum against Brown. And there's the drive. And the dunk by Brown.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Down low, here's Murphy. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 7th assist here tonight. Murphy's gone 3 of 7 shooting from the floor. Here's Osman. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And
he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. And so it's Indiana with it. Outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. Pulls up, high post. And it's Osman with the rebound. Osman's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Driving the lane. He gets that one.
Number 24.
18 points for the General.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Outside, Jones. The pass to Ingram. From the high post. That's good on the jump shot.
Looking silky smooth there. I like watching Brandon Ingram use the mid-range area.
And you look at the way Ingram can get off a shot.
Number 24.
When he gets to his spots, there's just no stopping him. Very few players can create like he can.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Pass to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
So clever with the rock. C.J. McCollum is always looking for someone he can set up.
Valanciunas has gotten most of his shots to fall. 6 makes in 9 tries. A creator indeed, and the name you always hear, Greg, with Ingram as a comparison, Kevin Durant.
And that's about as fair a comp as you'll find. Ingram is special with how he can rise up over defenders with that shot. It makes him a lethal weapon late in the game.
Pass to Jones. McCollum kicks to Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Ouch. Unbelievable jam from a player who's given us more than his share of great ones in his time.
You're right, Greg. Defense was nothing but an afterthought on that drive to the hoop.
The D totally forgot to mark him, and as a result, he put them on a poster with that dunk.
From deep. Here's the General, guarded by Valanciunas. From deep three-point range, Cincinnati getting another chance here. And that one's good. Osman.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them find the bottom of the net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Larry Nance has checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson Hayes comes in for Brandon Ingram. Daniels, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Richardson in for McCollum. And Cincinnati making a change here as well. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Doc. Passes it to Murphy. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. And he's able to get it back. Richardson against Brown. Shot clock at 5. Richardson the pass to Murphy. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And he gets it to go. The Generals got 9 points here in the second half. And Indiana shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. Now, here is Murphy. D right on him. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Anderson, he's checked in for Cincinnati. Noel comes in for the Prodigy. Now, here's Brown. He's covered by Daniels. That one good for 2.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Cincinnati calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage
maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Z's checked in for Cincinnati. AI comes in for Anderson. And Indiana's shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Daniels passes to Hayes. Indiana again missing.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sidelines about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Inside. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Hayes has got 10 points.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
And that one's good. Osman.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
Richardson against Brown. Here's Daniels. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Brown inside the line. Offensive rebound. Here's Osman. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And here's Daniels. From 15 feet away. And then slams it in.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
Here's Joe. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Cincinnati, they've made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. And the first one drops.
Joe at the line for 2.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's in there. Nance has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Here's Noel. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Got it off in time. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock, ending the quarter the right way.
And so it's Cincinnati able to put on a show for the ages. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Richardson is out there with Jackson Hayes. then there's Larry Nance. And it's Daniels in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Indiana moving it around. Here's Nance. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. From deep. The shot, no good. And Indiana will go the other way with it.
Phenomenal how many threes he drained in the first half, especially considering he's hit none since. Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
And it's Anderson with the ball for Cincinnati. Over Hayes. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And the difficulty defending Anderson from mid-range. He has a number of go-to moves from that distance.
There's the pass to Richardson. To the middle. Lewis gets the bucket. Lewis has got his first 2 points of the night.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
For Cincinnati, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And here's Anderson for 3. Kept alive. Here's Joe. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Especially when you're this far down, you have to make the most of every sequence.
Lewis misses. Cincinnati calls timeout. We talk about players. Steve, we talk about coaches and GMs, but not too much about owners and their effect on the game and the organization.
Kevin, the owners for me are A1. It starts from the top. They're the ones who hire the team president, GMs, and coaches. And certainly, there's some teams who have some great owners.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
On the wing, Nance. The teardrop falls in. And that's now 6 points for Larry Nance.
Tell you what, I love that he didn't get rattled after being blanked in the first half. His shot has been absolute money since then.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And I just love his competitiveness he's showing there. Team might be down, but a drive like that could spark them.
Richardson the pass to Nance. Back to Richardson. To the inside. And Nance slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
Woo. That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. Pass to Daniels. Back to Lewis. In the corner, Daniels. And it's off from three-point range. For Cincinnati, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the fourth. Count it, good.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
For Cincinnati, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Good, he hits again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Here's Lewis, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, we're seeing more fines recently for the language that players use with the media. Is that a concern?
I don't think it should be a concern, and I'm not kidding. The league's going to have standards of decorum. You're on TV. You got to keep it together. However, I think that as a society, we're a little more tolerant of certain words that are used in public.
And Indiana making a change here. Hutchison's checked in. They get it back. And that one is hammered home.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Richardson, the bounce pass. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Hayes throws it down.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And so Brown will bring it up for Cincinnati. And another one falls. Amazing. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Lewis. It's blocked. Brown right side. And finished off by Brown.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
And so it's Indiana with it. It's tipped. The shot from the low post is good. Brown's got 10 points in the quarter.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Daniels. Now here's Hayes. Back to Daniels. The leadership of the NBA Players Association, Greg, has said they support expansion. And 2 cities, which seem to be the leading candidates, Seattle and Las Vegas. What do you think?
Well, I love both. Had the good fortune of playing in both cities, and I'd love to see a team in my hometown. But bottom line, more teams means more jobs, and that's the sentiment I think most can get behind.
And Indiana making a change here. Vildoza's checked in. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Cincinnati.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Here's Vildoza. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got his 4th assist in this one.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
Good. That one on target from Noel.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here now, Vildoza. Passes it to Hutchison. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. Osman's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. The pass to Reid. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
To the paint. Here's Hutchison. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hutchinson's got his first points of the night.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Another bucket. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. To the middle, here's Hayes. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
And good, he hits it again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
Here now, Vildoza. Pass to Hayes. 3-pointer. And it's Osman with the rebound. Osman's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Noel. Second chance shot, and it's laid up and in by AI.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Daniels. Here's Hutchison, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. And that one's good. Osman's got 15 points here in the second half. And Indiana shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Passes it to Hayes. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. Osman's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And another one.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Vildoza, the pass to Daniels. Here now, Vildoza. Richardson gets a wide open look. Offline with his three. And here's Cincinnati. They're on a 14-6 run. And that one's good. Osman.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
And there's the pass to Hutchison. Here's Daniels. Indiana again missing.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Reed. And another three for Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Vildoza, the pass to Hayes. And it's Osman with the rebound. The topic of parity is always front and center with the NBA. So, Steve, how do you see the balance in the league these days?
Well, Kevin, the NBA's done a good job trying to keep financial equality between teams. But the biggest stars want to play in the biggest markets. So parity will always be a factor.
Here's Noel. From down in the low post, it goes. Noel's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Here's Daniels.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Naz Reid. Second personal foul.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Cincinnati.
It's all about the mid-range game. It has been a real difference in this one. Taking what the defense has given, and it's been paying off.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Nancy's checked in for Indiana. And Indiana shooting around 40% from the floor here. Reed with the block. Launches a three. And another three for Cincinnati.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down. Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the five, even though he's a little undersized.
Nance has gone 5 of 11 from the field. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then filling that basketball in?
Lewis checked in for Daniels. Now with the ability to play a soft zone, can Team Steve hide their weaker defenders?
I think it's great, Kevin, for a possession or two. And it works sometimes, but good offenses always find the weak link. A heads up on the money pass from Richardson, showing us his all-around game.
Here's McLaughlin. It's rebounded by Indiana. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Cincinnati.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
really, they had their number for this season. 2 wins, a home win and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Baller.
Boy, it was amazing the level of chaos he caused. Challenging ball handlers, getting into passing lanes, racking up a number of steals that helped demoralize his opponent.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Garza gets the bucket.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Here's more. Second shot opportunity. Garza gets the bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Indiana moving the ball around. Nance, and the layup's good off the glass.
And scoring the ball extremely well. I don't think the defense is getting up into Nance enough. Got to turn up the burners a little more.
Cincinnati calls timeout. They're up. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And the game pretty much over. Curious timeout here.
In my opinion, I think they're looking to make a substitution. But let's see out of the timeout.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Baller.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. So it's Cincinnati now. Pass to the general. Back to Brown. Here's Osman, and that falls.
Right now he's being too passive and not looking for a shot enough. He needs to be more aggressive and get more shots up because he's shooting well.
So we see Cincinnati get the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time